Hello, everybody. It's Sir Noverticus. We're back. Hope you all had a great Halloween. It's currently November 1st. And today, we are going to be rating some bands that I've heard, whether that be in passing or actively listened to. Let's just get started right now. Fuck off. Okay, so we're gonna start with my personal favorites, Nirvana. Personally, I think they're a fantastic band, and they really helped pioneer the grunge genre. They're just iconic. So, easy S tier, you're my favorite band. They're really iconic, and really, who doesn't know what Nirvana is and who Kurt Cobain is? They're just a great band. Next up, Mudhoney. Again, another pioneer in the grunge genre. I haven't listened to them as much, but I think they're also still pretty good. I do like the Superfuzz Big Muff album. I'll put them in A tier. Alright, next up on the list is Silverchair. I think their first two albums are excellent grunge music. Neon Ballroom is kind of iffy. It's not something that I've listened to as much, but I feel like after that it's not as good, but I do like their more grungy sound from the first couple of albums, so I'll put them in A tier as well. Alice in Chains. I have not listened to Alice in Chains as much. I've heard them in passing. My dad likes them. I'll go ahead and put them at B tier because I have heard a little bit of their music and I actually do like some of it. Again, another important figure in the grunge genre. Green Day. Green Day is pretty good. I am an avid listener of their first few albums, like Dookie, Insomniac, and Nimrod, and stuff like that. I think they're pretty good. In my opinion, their newer music isn't my favorite, but that's okay. I'll put them at B tier. Alright, My Chemical Romance. They're a pretty good rock band from the early 2000s to early 2010s. I do like all of their albums. Danger Days is a personal favorite of mine. But of course, Black Parade is super iconic. It's what made them famous. I'll have to put them at A tier because they make some good music and they just know what they're doing. I really hope that they put out more music. I really do hope that we get a fifth album. That would be awesome. Next up is Godflesh. They are an industrial metal band, some would like to say. Personally, I haven't really listened to them myself, but I've heard them in passing from my dad. They do have some interesting songs, but they're just stripped down, and it's respectable. It's respectable, but it's personally not something that I would listen to all the time. They're not my favorite, but they're not bad. We'll put them at C. Alright, next up is Gojira. They're not my favorite, but they do have some riffs that I actually do kind of like. And another C tier. Pantera. Another band that I've heard in passing. I've heard their Vulgar Display of Power album. They're I don't know what to make of them personally. They're just, I don't know, I feel like they lean a little too hard in the stereotypical kind of metal genre. Like when you think stereotypical 90s metal, you'd probably think of something like Pantera, so I'll put them at C tier. I mean, that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree and beat me up all you want, but I am not a big fan of Pantera. Next up, King's X. I like King's X. I think they're a pretty good band. I love their Mr. Bulbous album, personally. That's my favorite. But the first three, like Gretchen Goes to Nebraska, Faith, Hope, Love, and that kind of stuff, they're also pretty good. They're just a different kind of style. But personally, I like their albums, like their later albums, like Mr. Bulbous and stuff like that, and Tapehead, and those are some cool albums. I haven't really listened to all of Tapehead, but I've heard some songs from there, and they're fucking awesome. I'll put it at A tier. Smashing Pumpkins. Their first 3 albums, phenomenal. Gish, Siamese Dream, and Melancholy, all phenomenal albums. Ava Adore is alright. There are some songs on there that I like, that I think stand out from the rest of the music on that album. I did like some of Machina, more the guitar-focused stuff, because it's heavy. I believe it's in C standard, so it's fucking heavy and nasty and mean. I do like some of the songs on Machina, and I do like some of the songs on Adore, but I feel like those 2 albums suffer a little bit in the fact that a lot of the tracks are honestly, to me, they sound samey and forgettable. But there are some that stand out, and the ones that stand out are fantastic. After that, I haven't listened to Zeitgeist or any of the stuff following that. I did hear some of their new Autumn album, I think it is. It's not my favorite. I like the first 3 albums, but after that, it's a little iffy, and then it's just something that's not my type, so I'll put them in B tier. Next up is Extreme. Extreme is not a band that I've personally listened to, but I do like Nuno Bettencourt. I think he is a phenomenal guitar player. I do like his solo stuff. Schizophonic is a great album, but because Nuno Bettencourt wouldn't really technically be considered a band, I'd rather just do Extreme. I know they're a little different from his solo stuff, but Nuno Bettencourt is a fantastic guitar player. I'll put them at B tier because I actually have heard some of their songs, and I do like Nuno Bettencourt. Weezer. All I need to say is fucking Weezer tier. If you like Weezer, there are some things that I could say right now that I am not going to. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Sir Noverticus rating bands.